Welcome to our first lecture in MySQL. In this lecture, we will be discussing how you can create databases. Before we get started, you'll probably be seeing a command line client like this yourself, and you probably won't be able to see anything that's actually written here. So if you click on the command line and if you do a right click, if you go to properties and if you go to font, you can increase this to about 36, and let's do that. And you can see that suddenly the font size is a lot larger and you can actually see what's going on. So what is a database? If we talk about computers, a database is basically a collection of data. And what MySQL does is it's sort of like a specialized database software which allows you to store and retrieve data in such a way that it's fast, efficient, and it optimizes your performance of the machine. So let's take a look at what databases are available to us as of now. Let's put the caps lock on and let's do show databases. And we're going to end this with a semicolon. And you can see the databases that are available to us are Information Schema, Course 1, DBA, MySQL, so on and so on. And we have a test database which is provided to us by MySQL, which is called Sakila database. Now, why did we use all caps here? The way that you program MySQL is that you're allowed to have any sort of capitalization in your code. So MySQL is not going to distinguish between capital versus non-capital. So this is strictly a programmer choice. However, when you look at mainstream MySQL, you're going to see that we always capitalize the syntax that is specific to MySQL, and then any names or any variables we define will be doing with a lowercase so that we can identify between what is MySQL and what is my variable name. So let's create our database. We're going to be doing a create database command. Do create database, and then we'll place our name. And here we will be going back to normal case instead of the caps lock that we have been using. And we'll write in MySQL underscore course, and then end with a semicolon. Every single statement in MySQL ends with a semicolon. That's how MySQL knows that you have reached the end of the statement and it can execute that statement. It says query OK, one row affected. If we do our same show databases command again, put a semicolon, you can see that our database has been added in the middle over here under MySQL. It says MySQL underscore course. So there's one last thing that we have to do before we can move to our table creation, where we will be creating our first table in MySQL, and that is to set the MySQL course database as the current database that we'll be using to create our table. So we'll use our use database command, use, and we're going to write out MySQL underscore course. Let's press enter, and you can see that the database has been changed and we are now in the MySQL underscore course database. I'll see you in the next lecture where we will be creating our first database table.